what you do or say. You'll never be able to make up for the mistakes you've made. BMS who? The niggas garbage. Thank you for your compliments. On record like condiments. Maniacal when shit's up at the nail. I'm breathtaking, hold steady in altitude. Ligaments, cartilage, your lungs are decompressed. At the first sign of sweat, I start throwing nitrogen. The cubic range is frightening. Clash your ass and framed in a titan. With gifts of intuition and halogenite. My chest to the sun took off, went wild, fuck this out of sight. Orchestrated what I said to pick in a shock video. The silent warrior, making sure assassinations were smoother than solvents. No, look at me, I'm falling apart. Crafting this art, thought to deceive, but is it all worth it? I reflect revenge and still adjust the mic, the project. Commence serving advance injections to vernacular streams. Stimulate your psyche, tendonitis for metal carpals, the vocal device. I start going through metamorphosis, keep on catching losses. It's a straight cat walk across the edge. I'm like a rebel without a cause. Present you some attitudes, uni chicks create a man aboard. With my feathers flickering relentlessly. If I don't keep going, won't ever know if it was meant to be. Witness the foes and a plot to disposition. Hip hop, the apex of my verbally cut straight in the things I done did it seem. Believe it shakes the hearts of many non-stop. All of a sudden, niggas impose the lyrics of ruffle some shows and ditches. Growing weary of playing these polygon characters. Carry on the stereo, SDAT average. But between me and you, the plane is parallel. I simply just ain't having it. Can you handle that? Can you handle that? Can you handle that? Never underestimate the madness of my beat flame, the horizon. Assholes, the jalapeno temperature hang 10 feet above any surface is mercury. Stern yokis burn up, spoke when eternal, preserving this legend.
Raw, I'ma give it to you. No trivia. Roll like that A$AP Rock, iron-fisted list militia. Lead funny bone, drone, community spit 1,001 ripples to cripple the continuity. Tap water builds character, right? I ever get it straight to main line. You wanna do the same fine. These pretty profit grommet teams solidify the clot. The slippery city salt piston pump dream. Behold those incredible time soul with the Russian roulette bad boots spin off where every day 1,000 strangers straight for empty chambers. 1/6 buckle, 5/6 sweat bullets, trying to keep it subtle, but I'll give you. Why not wobbly rope bridge, broke inches prior to dry land, but duck skull stepping stone suit the mix down. Well, when the rumor spreads that y'all stupid, I'll be the cat with guilty look on face and shirt that reads, I didn't do it. God, is it on? Is it beyond basic? Does it ice grill you or is every song faceless? Does it have a title? If it didn't, would you name it? Does it babble about nothing like a drunk atheist? We could run that Orwell's 84 war for the room 101 detour till each client fidgets with his or her own work fear specific. Swerve around the cobra kisses. See if the venom overloads this vision. I'ma suck the poison out and spit it. Stole my sneakers but your feet just never fit in. Serves you right for trying to walk a mile outside your limits. I'ma tiptoe across this yo-yo string until you walk the dog out from under my feet and skip town. Sit down. It goes boom, boom, boom. It goes boom, boom, boom.
The final annihilation of the life form known as man. Let the attack begin.
I want a haven filled with pavement and a gray stone without a statement other than we've been taken. Our own mistakes have fueled this place in a pace so fast we took our own race. The interface that was laced from a previous design. Never mind that it's from our own kind, defined by machines and mechanics. Zeros and ones program organics. Romantic questions that suggest like a girl undressing. Digressing, we want progression. There's a section of my head that's infected with direction, which only moves forward and hates past lessons. Data at our fingertips and too much to reference. The essence of this place is cold and irreverent. You can't keep it separate, but I'm looking for some leverage before gasoline replaces water as a beverage. Huddled in the system, no need to worry. Money is essential, so get your heart dirty. We're extensions of utensils created in our image, invented by our own kind of pushes to our limits. Minutes turn to seconds and break in other sections. Lapse much faster, closer to its rejection. I wanna find perfection, specific with directions, a place unaffected by the ethics of progression.
This maniacal grin reeked of a contorted depression. Suppression explosive when push comes to shove. Off the brink of confusion, introspection amusing to some, but not equal to the mass. Repeated, I needed to get a better job and assimilate, assassinate the transitional migraine. Obtain these goals that I swiftly aborted. The path was immense and quickly distorted. Rearrange the map, trace the outline and diction. I'm changing my ways, ma. I'm reading fictional ways to occupy my ammunition. This time weapon, the slugs keep eating me up. Can I avenge myself without becoming corrupt? Rewarded a grin so priceless it could never be afforded. Beware of MCs cause revenge is recorded. Pressure.
From a place where light ceased to exist, some call it dark city. Difficult to discern the difference between night and day, with a perfect mix of denial, despair, and deviance intricately combined to alleviate the pain, yet the suffering still remains. Where cats ride the old trains, rocking gold chains, immaculate but perfectly tucked in shirts, because you don't want to fall prey to hungry eyes attached to patient niggas that remain faceted on your jewels, waiting for the perfect opportunity to tax that shit the whole way. Where you might get blown away by metallic stones that spray out of handheld devices. In the palms of cats won't hesitate to cock back instructions you lifeless, or in the hands of a navy blue uniform who also possesses the license to clutch the esophagus with the vigor plus preciseness of impulsive vice grips immediately, but seemingly lack the same flawless ability when it comes to gunplay. A hand might slip conveniently. This year truancy rates are at an all-time high. As students migrate to the school of hard knocks, curricula consists of strategically designed gang warfare battlefronts, police evasion tactics, and ergonomically rolled blunts that produce the type of smoke that streamlines to lungs to achieve that all-time high. Ghetto mathematicians fluid in the study of scales and kilos. No politics, no politicians. In fact, the only axis of evil we know can be summed up in about 4 beauty salons, 3 bodegas, 2 Chinese food, 1 nigga spot that terrorize urban blocks where helpless patrons herd in flocks. Welcome to the New York Rock Exchange. The presidential heads can be changed into pretty miniature pebbles that possess the power to head rush the brain cartilage with a force that'll reduce physical frames into hopeless, worthless, zombified carcasses. Less sophisticated druggists reduce to sniffing glue, Theraflu, aerosol fumes, and CO2 BB gun cartridges. Most of us hostages to the darkness where shots rip through garments and sever flesh and bones with the precision of sharpened dart tips. In the hands of an arduous marksman, I quickly depart when I witness the evil thoughts that lurks in the hearts of men, manifests itself in a heartless deed where harlots feed off a cockpits in the cockpits of MPV, whispering to herself, I'll never do this again. The tricks will end as soon as I raise enough ends to feed my seeds. Easier said than done. How easily she spread the buns for the Hamilton stack. Officially recycled back to the niggas she just sucked off to buy some crack. A ruthless cycle that weakens the strong like cancer. Where disciples praise the Lord and ask questions but curse the gods when their prayers go unanswered. Where priests are sent from up above to shepherd the sheep, save souls, lead us to greatness. But in this dark city where it's difficult to see 10 feet ahead of you, let alone eternal stasis, the shepherds go astray, turn Sunday school rapists. When the cat's away, the mice will rape kids. Where religious sects argue for ages and ages through pages of text, but it's hopeless, unfocused on the fact that the meat which will inherit the earth has been reserved for rats and roaches and mushrooms that thrive under trees without leaves, barely alive. They taunt the roses that barely survive, once adored, now ignored, forgotten, obsolete, and dismissed. I come from a place where light ceased to exist. Some call it dark city. Difficult to delineate the difference between night and day, where all that's beautiful fades away. Everything alters and one by one we drift away like the waters, where sirens sing songs of sadness for martyrs who died in a street game disorder. You know, I heard the news, but we all had choices, and that was the life he chose, so I felt the remorse for that dead dealer who instead was dealt a bad hand, and Poker Face couldn't save him this time. He didn't understand it when they call your bluff and your tips are gone. Niggas been reprimanded with sweet gunpowder kisses that caresses the flesh that breaks hearts harder than the departure of high school screams under the moonlight. When NYPD moonlighters plumbers must be fluent in the usage of guns, clubs, and plumbing tools. Watch them as they artfully administer back shots to the backside of Louimo with plungers. Then you wonder why I failed to sympathize when I heard Jakes got shot. Feel no remorse for dead dealers and likewise I feel no remorse for dead cops in this jungle where urban dwellers ride the train with their heads in hands disgruntled, trying to ascertain when did life get so hard. Knowing the meaning of life has been reduced to dead-end jobs, overpriced rent, an underdeveloped community, and a $17 7-day unlimited ride Metro card. And at the end of days, you realize that there's nothing except the endless days, where all that's beautiful fades away, where everything alters and one by one we drift away, like the waters in the Hudson River. I walk these streets unfazed at the sounds of mothers who deliver screams of suffering from fallen sun. All that beautiful drifts away. I walk these streets unfazed at the sound of women who holler. You'd be amazed at the shit they're willing to part with for $1. Everything alters and one by one we disappear. I walk these streets unfazed, apathetic to the tears and the sounds of brothers who top off beers and smoke blunts in dedication to others who ain't here. And all that's beautiful fades away. I walk these streets unfazed at the visions of robberies and botched 5-finger discounts. Just when I turn Jimmy to delineate the quickest way to dismount of a chain link fence, not to avoid the calls to evade.
From 99 and beyond, alarm to the lost songs of origin. An affection for the mics got me unemployed again. Walking the 12 steps to heaven with the pad plus the pen. And the 2-liter bottle filled to the rim with tonic and gin. From 99 and beyond, alarm to the lost songs of origin. An affection for the mics got me unemployed again. Walking the 12 steps to heaven with the pad plus the pen. And the 2-liter bottle filled to the rim with tonic and gin. I bent my brim, hat to the left for protections of the sins I've committed unwitnessed. Cause bystanders of innocence wind up as victims of political resistance. Puerto Rock utilizing building blocks to get the moms on government assistance and get their minds on upliftment. Rising like religion of saved Christians in prison, begging forgiveness from the executioners, accusing them of taking life in the form of Lucifer. For my genetics traced back to the conceptions of Jerusalem, so the devils didn't cause it. Behind the police lines we live in cautious, born into the earth as orphans in a world out of orbit, auctioned as indentured servants, forced to worship false principles of corporate irrelevance. So with the hands of time I formed a fellowship, communicating through the art of official intelligence. Official intelligence. Official intelligence.
I watch circus acts, juggle raps with little difficulty. My rap steeds the trapeze without a net somersaulting. To the simplistic, yes it may seem insulting the way I'm voting, catapulting around. I watch circus acts, juggle raps with little difficulty. My rap steeds the trapeze without a net somersaulting. To the simplistic, it may seem insulting the way I'm voting, catapulting around. I do whatever it takes to make thought-provoking sound. Words get thrown around, but see they're very seldom caught. Herbs try to clown under the mask of being hot, but when the curtain closes, yes, a circus is a circus. Frankincense and myrrh used to reign, but now they're worthless. I purchased my tickets in attempts to see a show and got X-rated, outdated players, pimps and hoes, spitting flows. Now I'm wishing I missed the show, or maybe that I didn't know what goes on behind a circus tent. Murder skits, it's a pity that the city gave birth to it. I sit and watch as the crowd begins to worship it. Murderers and burglars preferring to be called ceremonial masters. I'm feeling like these bastards got me captured. My lonely thoughts are drowned out by the onlookers' laughter and amazement. I'm stuck up in this game, forced to play it. It's becoming harder and harder to take it. Expecting me to dance around naked, not making a statement. Disrespect towards the art that I hold close to my heart. Ridiculously ripped apart for whips, gold chains and kicks. Forgetting where the meaning with the relevance is leaving, and I watch them bathe in the sun just for the hell of it, drowning themselves in their artificial intelligence.
It's like organizing a creative army, physical and creative army, to go from point A to point B in so this given amount of time and this given amount of money and this given amount of creative talent, to have the ability to change on the spot, you know.
Structured continuity, extension of my man's right hand, passing intelligence to me in blueprint. An exclusive combination, embracing life and tasting the fact that light shines in the basement. Structured continuity, extension of my man's right hand, passing intelligence to me in blueprint. An exclusive combination, embracing life and tasting the fact that light shines in the basement. Racing to compete against defeat. Eyes to lead, obstacles fall to my quarter blood technique. Speak with the gift of gab. Quote on the brass statements. Patience before faced with abrasive attitudes that elude the true question. Caution before you ask might cause a blue session or open the issue that artificial intellect speak without knowing what's flowing vague. Government issue black plague stays caught in the soft tissue, but missed you due to your extra small cerebellum. Feeding them backwash thoughts from MCs that bleed from the knees. My reason to stack thoughts. Collect after I intercept intelligence from relevant projects. Books, rhymes, and plain respect from the wise that hand down story of life concepts. And I live with a certain benevolence, gripping on to the lifting of artificial intelligence.
The Told You So kid looking like he's itching to sing. The day hell got cold, selling plane tickets to pigs. Time-tested method for turning a fat chance slim. No wins, I get push whatever's bad back in. And that grins, there is proof, first place, tastes beautiful. A cookie for the straightest faces, spilled milk's funeral. Snooping through the dark for a tall glass to dip it in. Shooting at his feet, only trying to see what he's stepping in. So far just the street, at least making use of the weapon hand. No promise to keep it set, forcing them all to guess again. Food stuck in the bristles, every brush with death tickles. Round the mouth, the whistle creation and burped in the middle. When the pistol swiveled towards the sunny spot, he chose to sit and holding hands up, flashing a joy buzzer, just kidding. Then a spark and a single shot to start the face sinking. Caught the bullseye blinking, thought of that using thinking. Get rich or try dying, life for the buying. Out with the beating hearts and in with the diamonds. Brown when the bleeding starts and green cause it's shining. Here's to the late great man who left smiling. What a guy, he never died while he was alive. Slapping five, he never died while he was alive. Say goodbye, he never died while he was alive. 6 million ways, never gave one a try.
For the gold, for the gold, dig for the gold. I'll be a rich man in China. Before I go.
Here lies the hair that he split from 10 paces and the gun still blazing. How's that for patience? Hammer clapping off another story for the ages. Snug dug up, snug in the backs of the term pages. Like move of the chapter that you're standing and gets it. For the record, he only did it to teach a lesson. So hang your hat on a bullet, sleep and take it as a blessing. That chalk outline is stretching big so everyone could get it. Listen for the best and discover the fact is way to quiet. Tune into that terrible screaming they call silence. Till heaven's trembling hand descend and scratch open your eyelids. Nickel pitch between the fingers, find today's lottery prizes. Scraping up shoddy and tiger fighters for the feet and frenzy. Tripped over a treasure chest while they hot pursuit of a penny. The shopping cart chock full of that new alchemy. 10 cans to paper and he dragged it off happily. Get rich or try dying, life for the buying. Out with the beating hearts and in with the diamonds. Brown when the bleeding starts and green cause it's shining. Here's to the late great man who left smiling. What a guy, he never died while he was alive. Slapping five, he never died while he was alive. Say goodbye, he never died while he was alive. 6 million ways, never gave one a try. Caught a shiny glint and thought he finally hit luck. Then a snake in the garden jump out that can of mixed nuts. Snap it shut quick enough and show it how to lick. Short end of the stick taped to something big, still tough. One man's garbage is another man's big fluff. Door got a new hole, opportunities fist stuck. And he's blue from the wrist up, hunting that stubborn payload. Holding breath for jackpot on the wrong end of the rainbow. Thumb in the gold rush with the ring flip so the name shows. Other 4 fingers crossed, hard enough to break bones. Sharpen up the stake, go claim a chunk for free. Now it's hundreds of the same stone worth his weight in debris. But at least he gets to say he chipped away and got a piece before we figured out this one's about, there's nothing here to see. But I still poke at every X next to a tree, so you probably know the words a little better than me.
For the gold, dig for the gold. I'll be a rich man in China.
pudding, neighborhood called the Jello. A man thought she was thorough, poor fellow. She fucked more niggas than legal aid in East Barrow. Favorite color yellow, cheesy rat tendencies, profile mellow. The role of a serene sister, I miss her. Undercover gossip, put a world in the twister. The setting is the sinister slum when sex ain't sacred. By 13, she was pro-at getting naked. Had a gift to give, she would tend her pop to take it. 20 years old, she wishes she was in the Matrix. Years passed, mad relationships ain't last. Her esteem was a small amount of sand in the hourglass. I told her she was beautiful, she felt the opposite. Had the pieces to the puzzle, couldn't find the proper fit. Each time we spoke, she said something gotta give. I'm glad I ain't got a kid, 'cause I don't even wanna live. Mommy, my sister, her, she, grandma, auntie, my daughter, my niece, my cousin, my wife, another part of me. It's where it all started, see? But now we got chicken, slut, whores, trick, skins, ass, pussy, bitch, hook the hood back. That shit sounds sick. Yo, watch the lip. Get out my mind. She tells herself time after time, ignoring words spoke by the Most High Divine. In her own eyes, she was less than prime. So sublime, her smile upside down with decorated lip line. Words felt as cries for help by a wise man. Real short attention span. You know, man, parties in her hand made her eyes jam. Tears ran down cheek lane. Hell, she would keep playing. Gave it up for fake names, street games, and cheap chains. Slept on the beats who fiend for sweet dames. Taking strides with guys, but they was lame. Hijacking seats on her mental plane. She wanted dedication, but kept finding dick bills. No skill, and life ill. Helped her to strip, she was dying, crying, but didn't notice. Pretty flowers get devoured. Now know this, it's like Lauren living in the ghetto on a dirty mattress. Dreams to be a nurse, a school teacher, or an actress. Surrounded by self-hate, happiness pursued by the savage. She committed suicide on the Sabbath. Young queen lost, she's no longer a girl. Killed by lack of understanding in an ignorant world. She played the role, yo. Her supporting cast was every man that lied to her just to get in the ass.
Metal foot, treat a pedal like an earwig and cook off by applying the same logic to the gear shift. Bird of prey, circle homes like I tweaked when the beak hit the bones. Leave him alone, leaky brake fluid but ghost. The boy whips swift to cruise for the unusually mutual shoes. In and out of hot stepper lane, eat fame. Split the blinking lights back to the lions, keep the name. Freak the frame like it's last without compromising a mission. On guard to peak the game, the second to second frame switches, which is fine. I learned to stay alert early, but the buzzards that burgle the worms know nothing of mercy. Wrote this one in Europe with walls while it's Robbie sick at home, it's killing them. If you can't identify peaks, see when you kill the shows, then the bills unfold. And if the bills unfold, the children ain't got a picket bones. Only soldier shoulders built to carry weight. The troop up, shake a room up, scoop the venue phone. 1-800 Brooklyn Suez, can you hold? Man, I mean it's love when the screams leave your face, but it's realer when your seat fever breaks. Kid, I got you, family. Pull up a chair, I got a little something that I want y'all to hear. There is a much greater peace out there still, and if I gotta carry it home in my teeth for y'all, I will.
Greater love, greater than your paper cuts, greater than the labor sucking cold out of the razor tongue. All eyes on it, cut the edge and walk for it, water and hot for it. There is a medicine I know and live. It's this awful swim between the bones and skin. When the drop off, I start closing in. I'm mostly out to hold the wind. Kill switch. Kill switch.
Welcome to Sham City Limits. Let your insects do the walking, let your indent do the shredder, let your instinct make it awkward. If getting in the gauntlet set the phasers on kill, cause the minions that want it ain't offered the same pills. My chemical happy squad operate with freedom fighters. I a tiger pride, prize fight night or off a Geiger napkin, scribble and crack riddles. Fizzle back in after the axe tip, grizzle grips actually swivels, and they won't stop asking. All the wrong questions, all the right answers for shit you ain't found interesting. Hand pull a plug and bucket, make 100 albums, not a one for public consumption. Now that's that good loving, looking beat us feedback isn't what I got down for. Dancing on the ceiling with that lip on the ground floor of the building. You'd leak anything from documents to poison to stand on your brother's face and holler buoyant. Float like a butterfly sting jackals. You could never shackle Zuka maggots, bring mavericks. Sing a song of 6-bit, blood and sink savage. Killing children, snipping paper lilacs in the attic, and I casually shift up. These crusaders hold a dual saber defense for the cool natured weekend drifter. Please do not interrupt the placement of the stake upon my kinfolk plate. Wait.
There is a greater love, greater than your paper cut, greater than the labor sucker, that is a razor tongue. All eyes on it, cut the edge and walk for it. Water and hot torrent. There is a medicine I know and live.
Good morning, how you doing? Good morning, you want a donut? Or nothing?
What are you doing with this?
So it was that I had shot him several times in the head. Mount Sinai, 615, pronounced dead. The news reporter said the assailants fled the city. Meanwhile, I'm shacked across the street at some shitty-ass hotel, waiting till things get a little quiet. Then I could try to bounce, but now why should I even try it? The riot that ensued, I viewed bird's eye, 15 floors up behind the curtains in the nude. Took 365 to get close to him. Boast to him, roast when I put the toast to him. Dangerous, the most heinous crimes have been committed. Through painless means, more famous lives have been acquitted. To hell he went, bit, sent, government issues with my initial imprint. We'll never miss you in the streets, understanding that you made it hard to eat. Complete the cipher, or make ends meet. 25 years, my father spit hard labor, you suspended him from the force. Placed his head beneath the pendulum. Peripheral vision now, doorknob shifting. Optical illusion or the coke that I'm sniffing. Think, primal instinct. Maybe it's me, hit the lights, bust hit the floor simultaneously. Seems as though this is manifested through some amazing dream. Days cops entered the room with guns and laser beams. For days it seems we blast at one another. Bullets hit the chest of this black undercover. My last minutes on earth, drop, say a prayer. Fuck it, if I'm gonna die, at least I shot the mayor.
I feel pain and sorrow. My heart's hard and hollow. I can't go on to see tomorrow. I feel pain and sorrow. My heart's hard and hollow. I can't go on to see tomorrow.
Walked out the room, staggering, dagger in my back. Days waggling my leg, imagining I'm not afraid. Grazed and bruised, amazed at who's surrounding. Cock guns, cock back, SWAT teams astounding. From rooftops, troops plot to snipe my melon. Felon, sergeant yelling for me to come out like Ellen. Propelling walk through the lobby and the front door. Packing hand grenades and strapped with C4. The more swine, the merrier. Heavier jets overhead, ready to riddle my body with bullets of lead. A dead man walking, destination devil's lair. Fuck it, if I'm gonna die, at least I shot the mayor.
I feel pain and sorrow. My heart's hard and hollow. I can't go on to see tomorrow.
If I only had one life to give, inside with a pen and pad, I write to live. Even within the light and still when I walk the wind is slightly chill. Born with lifelines, so my right minds might as well. The truth is that my existence depends on you. Through the acknowledgement of a sentence or two, translated emotions, subsedated devotion, spoken facts without proof that move without motion. The most independent of thought enveloped in pain and pleasure. What I bring to you, you will always remember regardless. You never forgot, you always knew it. Like these words still emerge through you as fluid, then re-emerge through time like the finest jewels. And with each time the same impact and magnitude, accepted with grace and gratitude, alongside the classic material transmitted during the highest ritual.
I'm a man, living a life, living the plan, I'm a light. Living the grow, living expands through right. Living by day, living again through night. I'm living till I'm gone.
I'm a man, living a life, living a plan, I'm a light.
living to grow, living that spans through rights. I'm living by day, living again through nights. I'm living till I'm gone.
I am me for eternity, eternally burning, internally learning that life acts but once in a wink, a wipe what's loved. Right off the map and back to square one. What's done's not fair, but that there's called life, which is married to death, being paired despite the differences. Time's what the difference is, like questioning existence when you witness your kids. Ages gone by since you were them, struggling with purpose and where to fit in, looking for direction, misled by sin. It's time to retrace your steps back to where you begin, and only then will you see the gift for what it's been. Shining like a diamond, mine opens with a pen, rhymes flowing, fuck the end and the opinions of men. Grab hold your soul, it's time to breathe again. I'm a man, living the life, living the plan. I'm a light, living to grow, living expands through right. Living by day, living again through night. I'm living till I'm gone.
I'm a man, living a life, living a plan. I'm a light, living to grow, living that spans through rights. I'm living by day, living again through nights. I'm living till I'm gone. I'm a man, living a life, living a plan, living my dreams. I'm living through my son until I please the Elohim. I'm living through my pen, it seems. Still I deliver joyful things regardless of the pain it brings.
Holding a hurt, I'm living to work hard to achieve, cause I'm living these words. I'm living your lines until your views are blurred and smashed beneath glass. This living's absurd.
So absurd to be giving this much love and attention to those unwilling to be living in the same world with you. I see the proof from a bird's eye view. All I can do is put it in words so I can plant to see the truth inside you.
The proof's beside you, it ties and binds you. I'm living to be the voice that speaks to find you, that drives you past your peak. I'm past the beat with lonely vocals that destroy defeat.
Which of course has never been option. The rewards will be glorious, it's our destiny. And pretty soon we'll be victorious until judgment day, when the most high calls for us, here to elevate these minds and open doors for all of us.
And that admission's just what we've needed. The admittance of ignorance helps to exceed it, helps to propel, excel, undelete it. But the ignorant sells, so I live to conceal it.
Well, while you're concealing it, I'm revealing this to be reality to the mass majority, thinking it's all about a salary. There's much more to the picture, the vision panoramic, express dominance with the perfection that the elders demanded.
The wise man spoke, so I chose to listen. The meaning of my life's to explore transitions that implore decisions that
and I start ill, live from where my people virtue part hell. Nasty at the poet Nas on the track with Ocknell. The blue black a rocker twin of Arkell. Nigga blabber talk well, think it's a shame to see hip hop sell. Absolute like shots of vodka, watch my thoughts spill all across the art to your heart still. Lifted like I spark L's, but I'm sober to the weed aroma, catch a dark spell. Black out when I ride into a coma, hold the profile. Sorta like Jesus when I zone out. R.E.K.S., the greatest rapper no one knows about. Most authentic lieutenant, pushing you to the limit. If I pissed you off good, that's exactly what I intended. The pterodactyl thrash you in half like cashews. Record rain begin at Book of Matthews. Body slam collapse you. Shift the third rock off of its axle. Naturally I'm a natural when I attack you. Blessed like I choose. Perhaps you might find another deadly brother as the Rex on the mic. But that's like not realistic, my fault. I'm egotistic. If you heard somebody spit ill as shit, sorry I missed it.
You wanna know virtuoso, boy, listen and learn. My vocal motor go to overdrive, the pistons will burn. My mission is firm. So sick, fuck a chick, I'm tongue kissing a germ. I cut your click cause y'all are slippery worms. You'll drown in my rain. No blood, I was born with sound in my veins and a pound on my brain, so I can't help but be dope. My talent is my twin as we grow. My free flow is now a kilo. I breathe in oxygen like the top of a ski slope. To match my breath control, you need a scuba tank and 3 throats. I speak real life, you still heisting your thoughts while I'm busy working towards a fly wife in the yacht. And when I'm rich, then bitch I buy my ice in the spot. And I have skills and integrity, that's twice what you got. Son, I'm naturally stylish, and when these lies, I'm talking violence. Look into my iris, they walk away in silence because they fear the realness. I kick words that make you feel shit. We should heal rifts in our family structure that has the man in me suffering. Spit imagery so vivid that son, your camera be shuddering.
On the mic, I'm a wizard. Rappers don't need skills to build, so they don't really know. On the mic, I'm a wizard.
I'm already driving of the same kind as these rap cats you hear on today's tracks, except I've been prime. Spend time calculating how many letters in the alphabet that I could stretch for new lyric creating. Since you hating, I might as well get off my chest. The stress of being R.E.K. Yes, come on.
You rap niggas make me laugh, that crazy ass, and I don't give a fuck. Bang, bang this, bang, bang, bang,
You see, Jehovah bless the child that's got his own. Cause most you ain't original. Imitate whatever's visible in individuals to whom it may concern. Beware the physical, eyes to see. Thoughts is like minerals, my words plant seeds. You try to strike me with mics to see if a chant bleeds. Sometimes I'm trapped in a beat to the point I can't leave. People they ant me, but I swear to God I can't be resurrection of the illest. Cause won't they kill this? A vigilante, if not the greatest, the nearest. But chance we tend to neglect the realest. Is it just me, or must we be in a state of repetitive gibberish? Everybody get thug, too many brag they niggerish. Pray a lot of cats get upset when I deliver this. It's about time somebody change the state of mind. Fuck commercial and the underground, everybody full of it. Either they hard or too soft, dubbed out on some sugar shit. Shit that shoulda hit, coulda woulda get put up in the back burner quick. I'm on some Nat Turner shit, going all out, blazing the amazing flavor y'all been craving. Estimated in my mental haven. Anybody who follows my verse best rehearsed 24 out of 24 hours to make it work. Thirst for part of me, logically written in prophecy. Rhythmatic eternal one journal of verbal odyssey. Scribble words on the earth since birth for all to see. Solemnly swear to repair ladies' artery. I want a colony to search for the truth and follow me. The R to E, king of suspense eternally. Hey yo, to whom it may concern, I don't give a rat's ass about your rat pass or the niggas you done blast. To whom it may concern, I don't give a fuck. Come on. My nigga told me only like 40 balls, so record gotta be brief. Touch my mic, pin pad, and my wife gotta be beef. Out of the east, but I'm above all. Teeth crush y'all. Anybody not me must fall. Where you ever heard a rapper defy odds? Blessed by God, test my verbs and rest by death. Herb, taking charge like Mikhail Chief and Bird. That's my word. Evidently you haven't heard. I just begun. Rhythmatic eternal king of suspense. Trust me, son. Faggot rapping cross the line. You must be one. Shake my hands on some friends. Us become your clan. Test my clan. Your men must be dumb. Battle for fun. Shatter the sun and still shining. Babbing your tongue like an Attica one. I'm still rhyming. Head of the game. Cheddar to claim that. Perfect time and sever your brain till you're never the same. What city I'm in from the land where they loving the heat. Lauren arsonists travel every year, Main Street, live with the narcissist. Arrogant as Johnny Carson is. If I was featured on your track, you be wondering how the fuck I thought of this. Marvelous verse, make you rewind cassette cartridges. Part of this MC/novelist, synonymous with causing my brains to collapse. Catch a relapse, perhaps your facts distorted. This is Corey on the Reddit, since you take credit. This rap's recorded. Difference with you and me, I had you bobbing way before it. But after your shit, I just nodded. Son, if you suck, don't ignore it. First admit that you whack. And yo, on the bright side, black, at least you saw it. Others be swearing ain't nice. This ain't critique, this is just advice. Take it all, get the fuck out of my sight. Hey yo, to whom it may concern, I don't give a rat's ass about your rat pass or the niggas you done blast. To whom it may concern, I don't give a fuck. Come on.
Inherit life, resurrected death from Christ. What you got to sacrifice? I'm on some other shit. Take over the mothership. Brothers get the claim they covenant. Universal loving it. I'll avoid you rubbing it. What? Check the thermometer. Every kilometer rises by heat pressure. Your thermostat couldn't measure. Roy, you familiar? Adam Barnes from Australia. Dark ages, so read the pages. Mighty Malachi. Born on the cusp between love and lust. Genesis through Exodus. Lazarus / Black Barnabas. The holy temple be the mental. You and I see Islamic Hindu. Understand the clear picture. What? Brave heart, verbal courage. Battle the seminar. Royal fam legacy. Watch us travel far. Positive energy. Always correct errors. Royal fam rule shit. Now and forever. What? Oratorical niggas is metaphorical. My editorial breaks down your monuments. Historical geologists studying land using the earth's crust measurements. 8 elements. Atomic weight plus density. High-tech science thrust through gravity. Revolve around my aura. I'm the solar. Keep spinning. What? Supernova black quasar. My mental radar picks up frequencies way beyond the earth's equator. Forever glow. Electromagnetic force field. Thoughts build. We born for real. Royal fam still exists. Golden fist. You caught up in the devil's mist. Fire war. Royal sire laws. Reveal this. Protons, electrons, atoms cause explosions. The center of attraction. I'm the nucleus. You're frozen. My square be complete. Architectural. Visual. The sound spectrum strikes the mental than the physical. My parameter. Damn your diameter. Barcodes are scanned from America to Canada. What? From America to Canada. Get your mind ready.
Except for the bullet holes. That's the whole thing hot. Why the fuck he had to do this to me? Wow. Damn. Shit. This is how it's all going. Fuck that. You bustin' me, I'm bustin' back again. Feel the heat, ain't no way that you gon' fucking win. Shit, I set fire to a fucking friend. Friday night and you think of death, you gon' think of me. With your last breath is how it's got to be. The shell brought me closer to my God to be. Hell brought me closer to my soul set free. And so much pain, I'm almost giving up. Phlegm mixed with blood is what I'm bringing up. I hope I don't die is what keep bringing up. You're better off dead is what somebody's saying. Now nigga, hold your head up, I'm only playing. Never prayed before, but I'm praying now. Seen the flashing light and I'm going down. The last thing I seen, the crowd was gathering round.
It got real with hot steel coming in, cutting and jigging, digging deeper aching, keep awaking. The rest is long, but goddamn it, the pressure's strong. Fucking pinch in my brain, touching the veins, arteries bleeding heavily. Part of me leaving steadily, getting harder to breathe, and yet I'll be still alive. I'ma make it, I will survive, I'ma take it to the next level. Yo, I'm wildin', do the vex devil know my styling? Held down, hellbound, gravity having me sinking, thinking out my motherfucking man. Got a brother stuck in a jam. Drama, son, the buck in the scam. Getting me, wetting me, crimson drenched. In my mind, still I find hymns entrenched. A lot of mournful, faint humming. Tomorrow's dawn, I swear that shit ain't coming.
Quell, yeah. Galapagos, Count Draven. Yeah, Grey Skull. Count Magnus, Grey Skull. Wilderness, El Topo. Only invited when you see that I am no longer living. You shiver murder in the mirror for weapon of unforgiving. Have you heard of 20-sided polite dive in my dreams and come out? Nightmarish Magdalene porcelain figurine I have seen. Everything evil defeated Wolverine people. Hope your promises are better than your looks. Let me the keyhole. Skeletal frame and examine perfect performance. Enormous is gigantic and anguish is what a whore gets. Bit off and left from my Baskerville into green. See you in purple but hear you in black limousines. Peekaboo diamond is trick-or-treat for the fiend. Side vigorously laughing underneath with $1 million teeth. Give him your ankle and sprinkle me as your enemy. I'm probably overreacting but fucking suck on the surgery Kevorkian. Rusty walls morbid for Jesus my light. Interacted tends to abbreviate when C splits.
Overwhelming, looming and booming around me. Found us a cynical sound. She's down for drowning in ground. Gets realer all year, so kids under listen lucidly. You should be dollar signs or holler for Columbine. Polish the shine. It was somber luster, muster beautiful. Due to musical feudal marches sparked in the funeral. Noodle hooligans, best suited horizontal surrenders. Remember, never guess at the weather or render gesture your betters for letters or phonetic meandering. We animate, y'all animate, and I done told y'all we mannequins, Hannikins, Kansas snakes with fake licorice labels. Tables turned to the sickest witness the syndicate's fables. An intricate, muddled, puddle, subtle, huddle for cuddling, stutter in the mind, intertwining lies, the blind puzzling, thundering sky, G4, street blues and grays, Q1 and J, Grey Skull, reaching through the gates, the anti-glitter can't take my shine. Blind face on the wall, trying to take my time, and blind in its maze, the ways of days and times. We reach through the gates, it's a safe place in line. Anti-glitter can't take my shine. Lying face on the wall, trying to take my time. They blind in its maze, the ways of days and times. We reach through the gates, it's a safe place in line.
They can't eliminate the luminous rhyme, true and intuitive. And who, if not the greats with the Q, will infuse the juice in them? You can spit out a Lucifer human, smack them stupid. The nuisance is putrid, eulogy, tulips, and funeral music as usual. We open gates to frozen solstice, freezing burners and vermin locusts. Are first for the Russian turpus berserker. Medieval service burst and bubblegum torture. Escort them all further, we leave them for the hours. In the orchard, absorb the raw with some more shit to kick the zip in your system. Endorphins rip to your bloodstream. She forced the course of my glisten, missing the source. and twisted depictions of wicked children, slitting wrist open and chosen spit omen, and showing different. We are diversifiers, writer, minor, shining kinetic, digesting intrepid, infest the minds and blind pathetics, embellish a rhyme design intertwined, they timeless relics. Head is a minor diamonds, they slapping hands on your relish.
The anti-glitter can't take my shine. Blind face on the wall, trying to take my time. They blind in its maze, the ways of days and times. We reach to the gates, it's a safe place in life.
I don't really give a shit about the type of shit you like. Who you feeling at the moment, who you believe to be nice. I believe in leaving ignorant people alone. To each his own, fuck it, if they're lost, let them roam. Now if you're looking for a particular theme to keep searching the deep, virgin the deeps, lurking inside of the beat, urging me to keep working till I release a master piece, a release master, a piece of this burden. Many styles to say the least is very determined, and he prefers to refer to himself in third person. The track to which the train is attached keeps turning till the train does just that. What do you expect? One thing leads to another. Gee, I wonder what's next. As of lately, I've been a little depressed, but that's a bit much to be discussed with only 2 bars left. Too much to be discussed with only. Inspiration brings forth things of all sorts. Information comes in clumps of random thoughts. If you hear me scrambling thoughts, rambling on course, know that it can happen when you're handling random thoughts.
Pondering thoughts? Am I thinking what I'm thinking? Are we rising up or are we really sinking? I concentrate hard enough, the third starts blinking. I did start ringing in tune, my mind's working, the brain's a muscle. Pumped off thought, start zoning out, lost in my mind, caught inside daydreams of a perfect world. With the wife, 2 seeds, boy and a girl. House with a white picket fence, somewhere fly. With time don't move and you never die. Age ageless, songs of freedom from hummingbirds, cageless. Paradise, all of the struggle still priceless. What it's worth becomes the outcome that's worthless. My mind explores realms hidden beneath the surface to reveal truths inside, see the mind cry. Million things to do as these thoughts multiply.
Inspiration brings forth things of all sorts. Information comes in clumps of random thoughts. If you hear me scrambling thoughts, rambling on course, know that it can happen when you handle the random thoughts.
Envision the world, hold a piece of the sky, feel the clouds float as time drifts by, the mind captivates.
Please lift us up where we belong. All this time we're holding on. Lift us up where we belong. 'Cause life takes over like us.
Mastermind who lived through crime, see my fam sealed in pine, lowered in the ground. Hold my crown, hold my 9. Me and my medallion shine, waited too long. The year is mine, the time is now. What, where, and how ain't a question. Life's a lesson, filled with choices, stress and depression. Smoke a jar of lime green shit to ease my tension. My rap sheet is long as salt, Jones gun possession. Not to mention spitting in mics, the kid's profession. Moving crowds gives my dick the hardest erection. Clouds of smoke, burners and shit, best for protection. But no vest can save when it's time for your grave. All the dirt that I did, all the pain that I gave, all the wildin' out I did when my earth said behave. All them niggas I stuck on my hungry ass days. All them drugs that I slung with intent to get paid was for the better things in life, something I felt to deserve. Nobody else gon' feed me, I be kicked to the curb by my mama castle with land deep in the suburb. She a strong, intelligent woman, that's how she gets served. But depending on the next man isn't part of my plan. Try and sell me a dream, put some cream in my hand. Wanna guarantee me numbers on your weekly sound scan. Try and smile in my face while you shaking my hand. Regarding business and shit, but wanna shit on my man. Terror is him, terrorist the powerful man. I let the lady sing the blues with a guitar in her hand.
All this time we're holding on. Lift us up where we belong. 'Cause life takes over.
Hey yo, my mind flashed back to memory lane. I felt adrenaline rush through my veins. Blood stain, major pain like Damien Wayans. PR Terrace leg got hit. A ricochet and fourth disciple arm has split. I ran like the Bionic Man. Western stairs, General Wise, Dillinger just jammed in his hand. Bullets on the loose, shells swift through my feather goose. We at war now like Desert Storm troops. Somehow I escaped like Attica inmates. Dodging jakes, pushing weight on Shaolin in upstate. Mentally slaved for righteousness I crave. I plan to be wise and refuse to dig my own grave. Back in the days of Adam and Eve, I was in the Garden of Eden rolling trees with leaves. Nowadays niggas be dying from a virus called stress disease. In New York, everybody screaming they bloods and dogs. Remember thugs and rubber grips will send you straight to the morgue. Sometimes I feel like my life is going in circles. Record labels be trying to jerk you. Cross my line, I try to murder you. Giuliani got thugs on the curfew. It's real, like TMF, everybody grab their stale. We build that will and save the children for real.
Hey, yo,
for real, for real.
It's like I'm in my old earth, G. It used to be me, her, and my grand earth in the bed. You know what I mean? One room apartment type joints. vultures all in your shit. You know, it's like I'm gonna take a flashback right now. Me and my physical. I love that nigga. We was co-defendants. Yo, my mind flashes back to 82 when I was 7. Short, light skin, curly hair, starting trouble, young guard in the schoolyard. Never kept my laces tied, shirt tucked inside. Never abided by the rules that I had to. Me and my physical was on some quick to snatch the cash rule from a flashy analog nigga in the projects. Known to transport weight out of state. In front with the big boys in the summertime. Cause we was on some crime time all year round. Tackling pockets, tearing chains off of necks. Straight up disrespectful ways and actions towards any man or female. Cause the life that I live and tell is identical compared to no one. And I'll be damned if I have to show one.
Experience destruction of self through greed. Still I resent every day that I breathe. Truth is all the negative that I feed, but that's how my dark soul chose to bleed. Experience destruction of self through greed. Still I resent every day that I breathe. Truth is all the negative that I feed, but that's how my dark soul chose to bleed. Explore philosophies based upon reincarnated, shaded ways of life, display strife created through the compliments belated. Woke in the morning feeling hated by my loved ones as I shove guns in my mouth in the dark alley in the inner city called the ghetto. Even dreams stated shitty. The acidity of my saliva enjoys my flesh from the inside. The pain moves from my gut to my chest, deteriorating like cancer breast from the stress level. On a quest to make money with sober, fuck the devil with this black magic fork tongue that I amputate with my mind. Sometimes the rhyme's the only way to ventilate all the evil spirits from the inner self. I concentrate on flaws placed upon my inner shelf. Observation, my open, visionary, predestination belief destroys what you carry as choice. My voice reflects the dark side of the darkness, cleansed by kerosene. Now it's time for me to spark this flame. Spark this flame. Spark this flame until ignition. Refrain. Experience destruction of self through greed. Still I resent every day that I breathe. Truth is all the negative that I feed, but that's how my dark soul chose to bleed. Experience destruction of self through greed. Still I resent every day that I breathe. Truth is all the negative that I feed, but that's how my dark soul chose to bleed. Captivating my movements, my mentals move through all the unnatural elements designed to disprove the harmony between the scars of me and thee. Construction of character, I live with agony as a reoccurring theme. The motif is blood, I bleed beneath the surface, deep beneath my face I bleed. I believe echoes in my mind as Apostles' Creed shines. My thoughts empower me to devour the strong side of me. Now cowardly I cry as I try to defy three of the lovers in my world. Family, true earth, and this music is my girl. Damn, she used to love me, hope you dub me onto tape numerous times. Then you lose generations and eventually lose mine. Non-existent, used to be positively persistent. Think about how myself and God are now distant. Now I'm blacklisted with flashbacks and nightmares where I'm slash-listed and my vertebrae is twisted. Point, I missed it about life, so take heed to my autobiographical sketch on which I lead. Experience destruction of self through greed. Still I resent every day that I breathe. Truth is all the negative that I feed, but that's how my dark soul chose to bleed. Experience destruction of self through greed. Still I resent every day that I breathe. Truth is all the negative.
Contortionist, someone who makes the border trips. You can order tips from clips of the Lord of Scripts. Ill controversy, peeping out the Atmos. It seems I brag a lot, but verbally my raps boast. I spark a grass that has absorbed, it's like a maxi pad. When in the lab, I wreck shit like a New York taxi cab. There ain't no question how I rhyme, Bill. I'm blowing up like an army soldier, hopping through a minefield. Clogging your brain, leaving a slain liver. Smoking chumps like blunts and dumping punks throughout the same rivers. Last days, everything on earth kills. Research kills, the spit of verse is worth
Aiming to blow, people say they changing the flow, rearranging the show like they in the game for the dough. But it's doing the game, hot niggas throwing the flames. OH and Dime Gang, Sin City's the name. Aiming to blow, people say they changing the flow, rearranging the show like they in the game for the dough. But it's doing the game, hot niggas throwing the flames. OH and Dime Gang, Sin City's the name. Be calm, under pressure pipe bombs. Underdressers wanna battle.com. Got spawns on CD-ROM, internets like jacks. Body armor and text. Only render when my death in the splendor of breath. Sending a rap for bitch niggas, they gendering now. Remember most of my contenders, they surrendered to raps. Calling the guard, niggas falling like a third of the stars. Keep them in jars, trap bondage rap, treat them for scars. Harbor spirits in the box, carving lyrics in rocks. Go question, Gabba Cox, how I got in the spot. Slick as a fox on the watch when I'm picking the locks. Mad Joker with plots, cash broker with stocks. And ATL with the Ruger Glock, opening shots. People scoping on the block, praying, hoping they stop. The one in battle brigade, battle stickers parades. We use pour like Sinead to get the pen out grenades. Aiming to blow, people say they changing the flow, rearranging the show like they in the game for the dough. But just doing the game, hot niggas throwing the flames. Fierce and strange, feel me when it pierced the brain. Aiming to blow, people say they changing the flow, rearranging the show like they in the game for the dough. But it's doing the game, hot niggas throwing the flames. OH and Dime Gang, Sin City's the name. Aiming to blow, people say they changing the flow, rearranging the show like they in the game for the dough. But it's doing the game, hot niggas throwing the flames. OH and Dime Gang, Sin City's the name.
I throw them things, yo, line by line, verse by verse. Rhyme for the silver plate going around in church. If that don't work, fuck the verse, I'm for the purse. Cause I'd have been to work and got work like a jerk. Aiming to blow shit. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have wrote this. I got shit that's ready to blow, I'm just soaking. I'll catch you niggas open with your mouth shut. Whoa, they think they bubbling, but it's just potluck. I'm a menace to rap niggas, I just don't give a fuck. I'm much too old for MCs and such. TKO by knockout, hard head never learn. I build with them type niggas cause that's my swerve. I got rhymes to be strictly for the ghetto. For Iceberg Berg and them down on Derek Turnbow. Let them know this shit just waiting to blow. Represent the dime piece and all the zip codes.
Camache, Juju Mom, Black y'all. Come on. Yo, believe me, I know the feeling. Trying to escape the killing. Wanna build a village for the little ghetto children. With lead paint peeling from they project ceiling. And tears for so many shot in the midst of the dealing. We need hugs and healing to patch the wounds over time. Bring the glossiness back to corroded minds. We was kings beating drums in Mali. And now we stashing drugs in alleys. So rowdy every day. Feel just like wars in Saudi. Not exactly, but I know you get the idea. Keen eye and quiet clear. Ancient divine share a lion glare. Don't hesitate to let loose the iron hair. I keep spitting it ill, cause my strip is real. Was a broke nigga hitting the field with a clip in the steel, catching wide whipping his will. Don't wanna put money grip on his shield. But he don't want his sonny dip kill. The blood splash on the kid is Seville. Full a couple of chips, there wasn't nothing to pill. This hood nigga give you something to feel. Tryna change my life, no longer bang the steel. Or stand behind it. Cause I done seen some days tryna clean my ways. But I'm barely out my scheming phase. So watch out for the beam and rays. The gospel.
Intersections in real time, the unbroken circle and dimensions of the mind, the tie that binds, the eternal tie that defines the vanity of my insanity. In due time will shine like the night seas under the moon, the haunted corners of familiar rooms. Yet I'm consumed with vanishing into thin air, the realization that this shit is my cross to bear. So where did I think I could run away to see the people that decided to leave without asking me? But we decide to wait for happier tomorrows and find someone so they can be distractions from our sorrow. But my distractions, the books of paper that I scrawl in. I'm eloquent as summer breeze and leaves that have just fallen. I've crawled in a corner hoping all of this will end with the knowledge that love is just another word for revenge. I who have nothing but the comfort of my sins, I who have nothing but the comfort of my friends. As I decay, Demons prey above me like a vulture. Ability to endure contradiction is a high sign of culture. Verbal sculpture, self-defacing. It is not God or lunacy that I am facing, but the erasing of the purity and passion of my words. The herds of cattle Babylon would talk of the absurd, but I prefer to walk away from all the feuds, to find my life is more confusing than a Rubik's Cube. So I'm subdued, and all my words are verbal frauds. To live alone, one must be an animal or a god, but it's official. All of my pain is clear as crystal. The natural side of life has now been seeming artificial, but I can hit you, and rest assured they're not my last words. I could give a fuck about your secrets and your passwords. I can passwords their ability to hurt you. Patience is a virtue and knowledge is a commercial. I who have nothing but the pain that I've referred to. I who have nothing but the pain that I've referred to. Among the miracles, I stand alone and have grown into a being that's sitting on top of throne. I've known for many years that I would turn to rust. I find a reason for another breath before my return to dust. I become one with science and mathematics and the rising of the sun. I'm numb to all of those who blinded cannot see the chastiser of the enemy. Perception requires duality. Inspect your soul, the color of coal inside the body. I have hardly come across them who's holy. Send them to the cherubim to control the burning of the sun and frigidness of the cold. The battlefield is new, but the war is now old. You can never see the merest shadow of a halo above the head of evil jinn who's deadly like tornado. The world has become an aquarium full of gaping fish with murderous smiles. I, on the other hand, stand on the outside looking in, writing down murderous files. I who have nothing but the lack of variation, and I who have nothing but chains and suffocation.
Crossing a Decepticon era, like 7 or 8 grades up from fitting clocks together. Rappers after school but get chased by rival letters and skateboards and truck cars and rails. Funny shapes of grip tape. I owned a Mark Rogowski. I rode a goofy footed. Sicker, I learned to ollie on Coke 4 or 5 malt liquor and that's it. For me it got not any more acrobatic, but we pedal around Manhattan for lack of better action. One kid is a point man in Pakistani bodega. He sold those loose camel, I'm built into underages. Smoke 'em on a promenade, water balloons drop, hit car, run from cops, skate quick. Basically both on the location and laugh cause it feels dangerous. Daily vacation under the Brooklyn Bridge, across from the Brooklyn Bank, show up uninvited. Some kids are drinking beer tonight, they're excited. Brooklyn Tech, Brooklyn Friends, Stuyvesant, plus rich kids, thug wannabes and hippie chicks on some escapist shit. We felt the separate factions and cliques trading places and formed our own section comprised of Nike uptowns, born on mediocre skaters. It's like this. Yo, this kid Ivan made the trek from Rose Island for a plastic cup of cold duck in a relaxed social environment. He jetted from this section when the meathead started wildin'. His aesthetic wasn't their style, so they used bastard redesigning. Homecoming, 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 homecoming. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it was just a moment of these are the definitions and other stimulus that cause your growing. Homecoming, 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 homecoming. Sometimes it was good, and other times it was but no matter where I stood, I still managed to stand. The last time I laughed this hard, I was a child. It was the type of giggle that would make a young mother smile. I can't remember the why, but the wallpaper patterns had me running in circles, trying to defend my Saturn. Just me and my box of Machiavellian cheese. All I really want to do is show you my disease. She didn't have the courage to kiss me goodnight, but I'ma give you my word that everything will be alright. Like what the fuck, this phone is disconnected. Just my luck, I need advice before my love gets misdirected. Yes, it's just another symptom of, just another victim of the warfare and those caught between Sean and the sun. Did I mention the drugs that used to make us spew forth? Carried barely half the pleasure of a pack of Newports.
breathe it out, what it really be about. I'm trying to lose and elude all excuses to scream and shout. Every moment I spent wishing my parents back together would have been better lent to preparing me for the weather. Rocking my t-shirt that reads whatever, all in an effort to relieve the pressure. That Minnesota good sleep, wood is cheap and now fire's back in style. If I had better teeth, I would try to crack a smile. Well, here I am, Mr. Typical, ridiculously meticulous when painting pictures of pitiful. And little did I know, and less did I care, they would chew up and swallow all that I threw out there. It's not fair, screams the one without a voice. Arm that boy, tell him to aim at the ones that got all the toys.
Homecoming,
homecoming, homecoming, homecoming. Sometimes it was good, and other times contradicted. But no matter where I stood, I still managed to stand. Homecoming, 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 homecoming.
This is www.runningyourface.com, the World Series of Poker. Gone in 60 seconds, I drop bomb. I'm from LA, and the projects I'm from is torn down. A blast from a shotgun. Black roses and thorns sound. London, England produced the first police force, so niggas lost. I'm the phantom of the megaplex, bitch. The Holocaust, mega science, superhuman power, battle plan, thrill you. My rhymes take you to outskirts of town and fucking kill you. The secret superpower aircraft, cold like Alaska. To kill me is like trying to find which snake killed Cleopatra. I'm slippery like a catfish. Hassle mechanic Johnny Appleseed. You 45 or forced you at 16. Slum theater, Peter Pan at the window. Not spear, feathers, smuggle to women folk. Alcatraz, man, listen. I'll swallow a gun and go to San Quentin. Jailhouse night, despite blues, excite fight. Stale out the light. Sinister. Now I should laugh if I were not dead. Gloriously destructive, the sinister monster under your bed. A store held captive by armed men. Ghost of tyrant strikes, and no one is sure why scorpions glow under ultraviolet light. Now I should laugh if I were not dead. Gloriously destructive, the sinister monster under your bed. A store held captive by armed men. Ghost of tyrant strikes, and no one is sure why scorpions glow under ultraviolet light. MC so badly crushed he was losing a cup of blood with every heartbeat. I gaze at the stars like the Greeks, the Black Heart Chief. You don't wanna start beef, that's the same beef I eat. I'll become a shark reef and attack the misleading feeding frenzy with sharp teeth. I'm bold as a smart geek and cold as a dark street. The American Heritage Dictionary. You arrogant heretics, disposition tearing, weak and obsolete. I'm very non-fiction scary. In the desert there is a fabulous creature, the Gila monster. It's only one of two venomous lizards in the world, and it's another mystery unsolved. How its venom has evolved. You false rhymers, oh this venom has helped memory loss and Alzheimer's. We've seen misunderstood monsters, but the tale of terror continues. You only have time to smoke a cigarette before you drop dead. Now I should laugh if I were not dead. Gloriously destructive, the sinister monster under your bed. A store held captive by armed men. Ghost of tyrant strikes, and no one is sure why scorpions glow under ultraviolet light. Now I should laugh if I were not dead. Gloriously destructive, the sinister monster under your bed. A store held captive by armed men. Ghost of tyrant strikes, and no one is sure why scorpions glow under ultraviolet light. No human mind can imagine the enormous destructive power of this madden killing thing. My rhyme orbits and abducts you cowards. Star Trek, I strike a pose with a fencing sword like Mr. Sulu. If one soldier is afraid, I'll kill his family like Shaka Zulu. We may be witnessing the beginning of an annihilation that could mean more than the cleansing of riots and nations. It is one thing to flag down a truck off the coast of Mexico, but it is another when you found out that out here we're all vampires and we'll never let you go. And slang hands and grabbers, a man died in a slammer. Rough lyrics I kick, come back to me like Thor's hammer. I was an ingenious scientist by the birth name of Robert Bruce Banner. In light I saved a man's life in a gamma bomb explosion from the desert stagger. I've got an incredible alter ego, standing in New York in front of people. Told them my name David when they didn't know, but I am not evil. Tell Betty or Erica, next issue I fight misunderstood against Captain America. Now I should laugh if I were not dead. Gloriously destructive, the sinister monster under your bed. A store held captive by armed men. Ghost of tyrant strikes, and no one is sure why scorpions glow under ultraviolet light.
Falling red dawn without wanting a beef. Late night city life. In the dark Manhattan fog, creep where cats and dogs become meat. All that is sacred. Her body lay naked, aching for some weeks. Maybe it was a hostage taken. Some money making Jamaican hot fucked ugly disgrace. Someone did him ugly, kicked his bloody face in. Maybe he was mistaken for some great men. In a dirty place he lay in a great basement, shaking in scabs. Crack bags, stabbed up 4 times strong. with a long rusty Jason. Dumped the smoking corpse in the dumpster truck of garbage in his made man. Hell he laid in. Logic, it was hatred. Some replacement killer came through, left small traces, engraved his chest, left him for death, left him on his last breath crawling, just to make a statement. In his matrix, unconsciously gazing the soft shell of a man. Somehow found amazing by the Department of Sanitation. Under city lights to the hospital. Hit him with the chest rockers, shockers, pop him open just to keep his heart racing. Will he make it? Will he survive? Terror in his eyes, night, the city cries, payback is crime. He damn near died, banished by wounds not mine. The city cries, drama ride, guns out the window, slide for me now. The city cries, conscious for months, deep in coma shock when you awoke. It was hope, dry throat, choking off tubes, being fed ice cubes, pain in your head, changing the bed, doped up and soaking while police on top. Doctors monitor your heart. Sergeant Bilko came in with some zombie ass cops. What we have here, the chief embraces. In his hands he pulls out 2 briefcases. A picture popped up on computer. 1 woman, 1 man sharpshooter. He asked you, do you remember these 2 faces? Mind you, you're blind, completely hung out to dry, victimized, violated as if you was raped. But the hell, you escaped well. Police investigate the scene, scrape the crime scene down to the bone panel where you lay frail knee enamel. Under your nails in the scuffle, you scratch some DNA samples that match. The blood in your clothes is not yours, it was his. Right before you blacked out, took that blow in September, you can't remember. You ripped his nose ring right out his nose before you took it 4 times in the ribs. But somehow you live from a little bit of blood you grabbed. The skin tight, we ran it back to forensic labs. Your fingerprints popped up, this where it begins. Your street name is Henry the Saint. Staten Island's where your crib is at. Park Hill Project was your outlet. You was a target or organized outfit. Now by the mafia, this where it get chills. Your wife hired some hitman to kill you for your $10 million will. Money fund drill, booby trap perhaps. Left his food for the rats. Now will you make it? Will you survive? Terror in your eyes, night, the city cries. Payback is crime. You damn near died, banished by wounds not mine. The city cries, drama ride, guns out the window, slide for me now. The city cries. One cop's weakness was heroic. He exposed pieces, leaked out information on surveillance where his wife was staying. Police tracked her down, bloodhound on the east side of town in some skyscraper. They had videotapes of her and some porn star fling, her and the next door neighbor and the killer with the nose ring. But the police didn't have a case, cause the victim couldn't remember a thing, not even a face. He had to clear his name, he bit off more than he can chew. His absent-minded flashbacks grew and grew to hate. He had to escape the ICU. On the second day he came through, he concocted the impossible to sight. Slipped out the cuffs, somehow killed 2 armed guards, grabbed their guns before he fled the hospital slippers into the night. If police hunches was right, he's seeking for justice. All point bulletin on the blackmail Jamaican. Meanwhile, a dog looking for crook is in the alley waiting for retaliation. A limo pulled across the street from a gas station. He saw his wife and the nigga that knifed him. He wanted to match him, he was real patient. A devilish growl sensation, and the rain grew to a foul meditation. A betrayal, murder, revenge. Bitch that set you up will kill us in the end. In the hall, the lobby floor, security on post. Got gun butted 3 times in the head with the old dusty toast. Now he slipped past the video cameras undetected to the 25th floor. Apartment 504. When he rang the bell, sweet voice said, she cracked it open. Her reply, I thought you was dead. In a matter of seconds and inches, the door was hanging off the hinges. Her eyes met the metal. She screamed, oh my God. Out the back room, the killer with the nose ring smashed the nigga in the head with the porcelain vase. Shots ricocheted like lightning rods, hit the bimbo in the arms. The drapes caught on fire with no alarm. They crashed out the window, but they somehow held on. Dangling from 100 stories high. Don't doubt him. Will he make it? Continue next album. Will he make it? Will he survive? Terror in his eyes, night, the city cries. Payback is crime.
This is homesickness. Slept through my alarm, woke from a nightmare, and it's hard to tell the difference. Just hollow acts to follow, scratch tomorrow off the wish list, and stand tall and proud while the welcome mat is slipping. This is the land of house your day, none of your business. Where that faint glimmer of hope only comes when you blink and miss it. Instant sob story, tell them today was a tearjerker, and a million hands are reaching out saying they know it hurts, but grind me a river and I'll piss you a puddle. Cause either I don't give a fuck or my compassion's too subtle. Past the fool's trouble of weeping cause you struggle. Where I walk everyone got a shiny pin to burst bubble. And the others are muzzled with silver spoons. Never gotta see the sidewalks crack to form tombs. Street light filaments pop, trying to cover up the wounds from that lucky shot in the dark that shook a whole platoon. I storm through, clutching a grudge in my hand. Throw caution to the wind where my friend used to stand. In the corner, characters are all the same. Used to be handing them trust with every single pound I gave. Now I'm slapping them disgust and ain't returning their gaze. So stop trying to find a friend hiding underneath the day. New pay, old for scarred face. Don't look, there's a place reserved for everyone where the bodies are put. The meaning of life is just too long to stand through. Where doorbells play the music that the dead dance to. Homesickness.
This ain't the place that I used to call home.
Homesick.
It's just another backyard war zone.
Home.
And you can stand right in the middle alone, cause everybody knows there's just no place like home.
Home is where the heart is. That's a coffee cup and a Subway token for the heartless. Coughing up his life and choking down your garbage with a prime seat to watch old page streets tarnished while the paint leaks on them and drips down through the cracks. Where the trains reap harvest, the dreams fell to the tracks. Some seek that light at the end of the tunnel till they fall flat, but weather never follows little often and he's forecast. There's veterans with bottles on the corner selling war mats. Sun ain't coming out tomorrow, so we follow storm paths stepping. $10 for them neatly packaged weapons and then creep into a staircase with a cheap bootleg of heaven. Where every scar is proof you'll never learn your lesson. Who's next is the burning question. Use your head at your discretion, cause there are no good intentions and no one cares what you think. Floating along on a cloud while everyone's hoping you sink. Roads in a blink, stuck in a picket fence dream. Wake up on receiving ends of disappearing machines. You tear at the seams. Garden of Eden reduced to short stumps where life's rough, so cats carry clips full of shortcuts and they're eager to show you the end. Bit the hand that feeds so many times, there's nothing left to extend. Just hope those blinking lights don't mark the final breath of a friend. Keep walking till you find a warm hole in the wall to rest your head. Stuck in a box, cold sweating. Stare out the window where the demons run free and let it all set in. Aftermath of Pandora, a Hellraiser wedding, and you're forced to sleep on a dirty honeymoon bedding. Homesickness.
Today's lesson is duck and run.
Homesick.
And leave the light on for something that never comes.
Home.
Look happy or you'll ruin all the fun. Throw your hands in the air if you know that you're stoned.
Every other second's a deep breath before the burn.
Two individuals pulled from a lake, side a vehicle. One had his foot on the brake. The windows was fully up and the doors was locked. The news made the headline and the town was shocked. The driver was clutching a can of high C. His jacket was tied to a nearby tree. His jeans had dye in them. An unusual tattoo was the only hope of identifying him. The autopsies revealed gunshot wounds. Dental records matched to a newlywed groom. This accident was a cover-up for homicide. Two who might have stayed alive from paying bribes. The chief's investigators had relied on the media for help to track down the perpetrators. They canvassed the neighborhood for standard procedure and visited the home of a topless skeezer who was at the bar where they was last seen alive. Left with them just 10 minutes after they arrived. Despite the police efforts, they turned up nothing. Just an ex-hooker trying to get a rap from bluffing. But the wide publicity had just paid off from a hard rock inmate who was just made sore. He said he knew a man who killed the pop star and almost got caught by a passing cop car. The inmate said probably the motive was robbery. And knowing this and keeping it a secret, it bothers me. He said this individual killed for low billings and purchased a murder kit blocks from a killing. The sheriff's office had no time to waste, plus the inmate made a deal to avoid the case. So he cooperated fully and snitched on his chop shop mechanic who used to move bodies on the pulley. And extortionists involved in similar incidents. Payments that came in $1,000 increments. Suspicious activities had flooded the place, so they subpoenaed phone records for the calls to trace. The hair that was taken from his car interior was that of a young girl who felt inferior. She died fighting and probably aroused his anger, holding on for life as she faced the strangler. The crime seemed to be sexual in nature. It was substantial evidence that the nigga raped her. The suspects had marks on his face and chest, but it just wasn't enough to get an arrest. Asked of his whereabouts on the 3rd of July. Said he partied with his friends and had a solid alibi. but there's always something left at the scene on a small scale. His microscopic traces of blood under her fingernails. But it just wasn't enough to get an arrest. Asked of his whereabouts on the 3rd of July. Said he partied with his friends. Said he partied with his friends and had a solid alibi. But there's always something left at the scene on a small scale. His microscopic traces of blood under her fingernails. Microscopic traces of blood under